What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Elden Ring walkthrough. We are here at Crumbling Farum Azula, which it is starting to get real, you guys. Like, this is a very late game area. Granted, we have this entire optional area that we have yet to explore. But this, if you're charging on to the end of the game, this is one of the last things you'll do. So we're going to do this. We're going to knock out this entire area, and then we'll knock out this entire optional area up here, and then we're going to do basically the last few bosses to knock out the end of the game. So, you know, we're on the verge of wrapping this thing up. Guys, it's been a good run so far. I mean, we're not done yet, but you know, it's just kind of getting to that point to where it's getting real. Like, this is going to be wrapped up probably within the next week or so. So anyhow, enough of that. Let's jump on down here. And again, we are progressing kind of in a clockwise manner around this place. And so we're in Crumbling Farum Azula. You notice there's this giant maelstrom in the middle of the place. This is a pretty iconic location, in my opinion. I really like it's very mesmerizing and captivating. So when you go down here, pick up these two items. This dragon's gonna zoom on in. This dragon does not respawn, and in fact, it even allows you to summon a spirit ash here. So I'm going to consider this, even though it doesn't have like a boss health bar, I'm going to consider this a dragon that is worth killing. And in my opinion, it is worth killing because you do get a plus 10 upgrade stone, or a plus 25 upgrade stone, I should say. This is the max upgrade stone for for regular type weapons. So it's not going to work for our Bloodhound's Fang or our Blasphemous Blade, but it will work if we can upgrade our, for example, our katana, our Uji katana. It'll upgrade that to its max level. So this is basically a copy of Lich Dragon Fortisax, I think his name is, that we fight in the main game. Only I think he's got way more HP. And I do consider this more of a boss type encounter, which is why I'm using my Bloodhounds. For the majority of this area, I am going to use the Blasphemous Blade because I really do like the HP regen effect that it has. But as far as fighting, you know, tougher enemies, I'm just more comfortable with the Bloodhound's Fang. And you see how much HP this dragon has. It's pretty nuts, and he almost wiped me out there in one hit. So do watch your health. Make sure your health is in check. I'm actually going to pop a rune art because I'm going to need it for when I start using Blasphemous Blade anyway. And Mimic's got him nice and distracted, so struggling to get up though. Mimic's still got more than half of his HP. Oh gosh, that fire attack might catch me. I didn't have enough time to actually run in and punish that attack. And now he's doing his lightning AoE, which I want to stay away from as well. There's his giant lightning glaive. Mimic just taking it though. Yeah, this dragon has an enormous HP bar. It's kind of ridiculous, actually. So I do like to try to stay more towards his hind legs. You see most of his really powerful attacks are towards his front side. And there's his dive bomb. Trying to get more towards his hind legs, but he's not having it. Oh, this could kill me. I'm in danger. There we go. I'm gonna run away because I think this is his fire breath on the ground. Yeah. Mimic is almost dead though. Man, I've been having a hard time with this fight. I need to end this quickly. Dude just won't stay still though. Dive bomb. Yep, there goes Mimic. Now, I gotta see if I can close this thing out by myself here. Ugh. Oh, jeez. This could be it. I got lucky there. We're getting there. His HP is almost gone. The thing is he can end me in like 0 seconds flat. And if it weren't for the loot, I would ignore this guy. Oh, I don't even know where his fire's blowing. I was just rolling away. All right, this could end him right here. Come on. There we go. Oh, that stunned him, but that didn't kill him. Is he still alive? Yep, he's still there. Dang. There we go. Now he's dead. The reason why I wanted to kill him is because you do get an Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone from him. Definitely worth it. That will upgrade a regular weapon to plus 25. Does not work on our somber weapons, unfortunately. We need a somber Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone, and we do not have one of those yet, but we will be getting them soon enough. All right, got some dragon wound grease down there. So where we're headed is up here. And that is a very tough fight. I mean, that dragon is it's very similar to a previous dragon that we fought, only he's got like 1,000,000 HP. Not quite 1,000,000, but he has way more HP than the dragon that we fought in the earlier in the main game. I'm gonna go ahead and rest here because that dragon does not respawn. And I don't have enough to level up or anything, so. All right, I'm gonna throw on the Blasphemous Blade here. And again, for those of you just tuning in, the reason why I'm able to use this, because it does require, I believe, 21 faith. The reason I'm able to use this is because I have a rune arc active. I have Godric's Great Rune active, which gives me my +5 extra in faith. Because right now my stat is only at 16, but this gives me +5, so I can use this. And this weapon is amazing in this area. It really and truly is. Jump attack, followed by an R1. You killing these guys. Pretty fantastic. Spear, we got another smithing stone. And is there something out here? No. The thing about this level is there's a lot of loose loots just kind of hanging out in the middle of nowhere. And if you blink, you miss it. So I'm going to go on and get these, and then I'm going to take out the perimeter just because I don't want any surprises. There's really not any loot on this outer loop, but what I don't want is when I go down in the middle, I don't want these guys charging after me in the middle because there's more enemies down in the middle, and they're enough of a problem without, like, this guy dropping down on me, for example. So taking these guys out just more or less for safety. And, like, even if I take a hit, the fact that I heal pretty substantially with every kill, because I have this Taker's Cameo Talisman attack equipped, and I have my Blasphemous Blade equipped, which stacks the healing effect, I really don't have to use nearly as many flasks. Okay, so out here, this kind of loops us back to where we would have been if we had just went down to begin with. This spot over here we are going to go to next. But down here, there's a few enemies, some loot, and a Site of Grace we're going to pick up before we hit up that other spot that I just showed you. And this guy's got lightning magic. There's a few of these down here, so I don't want to... I'm trying to aggro as few of them at one time as possible. And again, jump attack, R1 for the most part. You're going to kill most of these guys without much trouble. Okay. So we are going to unlock this Site of Grace. We are not going to rest at it. Just going to unlock it for convenient warping purposes. And this section that we're headed to, I'm not going to lie, it's pretty tough. We just got the Ancient Dragon Prayer Book, which will give us some spells. I'm not going to lie, is pretty tough. Really, the main thing that we want here is a bell bearing. And I think it's a Glovewort bell bearing. So don't miss that Hero's Rune 2 for lots and lots and lots of runes. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this elevator. Now, the thing that makes this section so difficult is there's a bunch of those worm faces that do the death buildup. And there's a bunch of them down there, including one giant one. And that one giant one is a problem. So I'm going to take out my Bewitching Branches. I'm actually going to equip the... here we go. The Rejuvenating Boluses in case I get a lot of death buildup, and this will allow me to clear that up real quick. And there are a ton of those enemies down here. The first thing that we're going to do, though, is there's a Smithing 8 at the very end of that circular platform. Now, when you get on the circular platform, a dragon's going to attack you as well. I'm not going to fight this dragon because killing the dragon gives you literally nothing but a few runes. In my opinion, not worth it. So hop on over to this stone. Then we're going to go over here. I'm holding sprint for these jumps. So I'm going to get the smithing stone and bail. I'm not going to fight this dragon. He's not as hard as the other dragon was that we fought. Less HP, and he doesn't have all the lightning attacks. But I just, it's not worth it to fight him, in my opinion. You don't really get any. Oh, dadgummit, I let go of circle, and I didn't have a full jump there. So it is risky to get that. You decide if you want that smithing stone 8 or not. Again, there is no tangible reward for fighting that dragon other than the runes you get for killing it, and it takes a while to kill. And again, it's not as hard as that first dragon, but I'm just gonna run straight through here. And since I died, I lost my rune arc, so I can't technically use this weapon. I'm gonna wait till I get my runes back, or at least attempt to get my runes back before I pop it, because I don't want to waste a rune arc in case I die again on my way back to my runes. Yeah, that really sucks. My finger just barely lifted off the sprint button, and I got a short jump. So hopefully I don't mess this up again, because if I do, my runes are gone. And it's 55,000, which sounds like a lot, but really at this point in the game, 55,000 runes ain't that big of a deal. Fortunately, I don't have to go all the way back to the circle, so I don't think the dragon will spawn, as long as I don't mess up these jumps. Here we go. There we go. Get my runes back. Let's try this again, guys. All right, hold the sprint button this time. There we go. Now, this one's a little bit tricky because it is a shorter jump, and you don't want to overshoot it. It's possible to overshoot that one. There we go. So now we're going to fight a bunch of these worm face enemies. And the smaller ones aren't too bad, especially most of them are going to be like turned away from you. What I suggest doing is 3 jump attacks in a row should get a stun and a quick kill. So there's our first one. I'll show you what I mean. If you, especially, well, it can't sneak up behind that one, but 3 jump attacks and they stagger. You see how they stagger really easy on the jump attacks? 3 jump attacks, you get your stagger, and then do your critical hit, and then one more hit should take them out. And that's what I recommend doing for all the smaller ones. The larger one, on the other hand, is a bit more problematic. I think this is actually going to be our way forward, yeah. So I'll go on and grab this item. And there's going to be a guy back here. Watch out for their barf. Their barf does the death buildup. And again, if that death meter gets all the way up... Oh, I forgot to pop a rune arc. That's why I'm not doing as much damage. I was like, why my damage seems low? Because I didn't pop my rune arc, and I'm technically don't even have the stats to use this weapon. There we go. Now we're going to be in business. That's actually the way forward. I went ahead and got that piece of loot because I knew it was there. But first, we're going to go down this area. You see there's a bunch more of these worm faces. So yeah, it doesn't matter how much HP you have or don't have. If your death meter gets all the way built up, you are going to die immediately. All right. See, fortunately, they're not too aggressive until you start attacking them. And again, the saving grace here is that they do stagger when you hit them. So you can kind of knock them away when you do a jump attack and keep them from hitting you at all. Sometimes they do drop sacrificial twigs. I got a Somber 9 down here as a guaranteed pickup. All right. Oh, doggy. Okay. So the next item we want is actually on top of this bridge, so we got to climb up this ladder over here to get it. And it is a long ladder. Gotta get all the way to the top. Okay. At the very end is another worm face. Make sure you don't fall off when you're trying to kill this thing. Same strategy as before. He's facing behind you. Jump attack, jump heavy. 3 jump heavies in a row. And you can do a critical, or he'll fall off. You can do a critical or do a charge attack. And I don't think you can survive the fall off this thing, so you got to take the ladder all the way back down. So we actually went up this path before. We got the item right there on this body here. But to get to the other side of this chasm, gotta take this around. There's gonna be a bunch more worm faces on this one, including a giant one, which the giant one is a problem. I'm gonna attempt to kill it. If it kills me, the next time I come out here, I'm just gonna run and grab the loot and then bail. Okay, you see he is surrounded by 2 regular ones, so I'm going to lure the regular ones over one at a time. You see the special does do a little bit of stagger. You see my death meter is building up a little bit there, but not too bad. Not so bad that I'm going to use an item to get rid of it. And if you try to surprise attack that one even from behind, the big one's going to come after you. We're going to save the big guy for last. Let him come over here. Had something bad for dinner last night. Got to get it out. Okay, as I said, we're saving the big boy for last. He is ridiculously tough to kill. And I'm only gonna give it one try. And if he kills me the first time I try to fight him, then I'm coming back out here. Just gonna grab the actually I'm gonna grab the item first, and if he kills me, I'm just 68,000, so I don't know. I don't know if I can leave that behind. I'll come back and grab my runes, and then just bail. There's one more small worm face over here guarding some loot. Okay, so now it's time for the big boy. And I'm going to sneak up behind him, see if I can get a surprise attack going, and see if I can get kind of like a stagger loop. But I'm not all that hopeful because this guy's really tough. And he will barf on you. He'll grab you. He'll... Ugh. This thing is... I am going to summon. No doubt in my mind I'm going to summon. Okay. Here we go. Time for pain. I'm going to start with the charged heavy, because I don't think you can backstab him. There we go. Got a stagger. Going to take my critical. Oh, the critical's on the other side of his head. Dang it. I missed it. All right, I'm going to summon right here. Oh, that was a bad idea. That was a bad idea. Mash all the buttons when he grabs you. Oh, geez. This is already going really bad. All right. Where's my... you see, you can only summon, like, inside the water. I'm going to try to get some distance on him and see if... he goes so fast! Oh, jeez. I'm dead. Dadgummit. Ironic. The summoning is what got me killed. So I should have summoned before I started attacking him. I'm not going to count that as my one attempt. That was kind of lame. I should have summoned and then started hitting him. I just didn't want my summon to give me away, but I couldn't get the summon off after I already had him on me, and then, yeah. So if you just run past these guys, they're not going to attack you when you get out of here. Man, that giant guy, dadgummit. I mean, I have beat him 1v1 before. I should have just... I got a decent start on him, but I was just... I was glad that they gave me the opportunity to summon, so I was like, okay, I'll summon, and then that's what got me killed. Arg. These first guys I'm just gonna ignore. This one back here I'll take out because I don't want him following me. All right, are there any... I think it's just those two in the water, which I can easily lure out and kill. Come on. Up. Come on. Oh, jeez. All right, and number 2. Don't wake up, big boy. All right, I'm gonna summon first and then start attacking him. This is what I should have done the first time. Oh crap, he's up. He's up. Golly. Look at that damage. All right, Mimic, come on, do your thing. Let me get my runes back. He got deathed! Holy smokes, is he dead? He's dead. Wow. I didn't know Mimic could get deathed. He got death, man. That was worthless. No! Dang it. I did not know Mimic could get deathed. Alright. Ow! No! No! Get away from me! Ugh. These things, man. This is how I normally fight him, is I fight him around this pillar, which kind of gives me an opportunity for getting away from him if I need to. Because his headbutt attacks, lethal. Oh, that gave me a stagger. No! Dang it. He's almost dead. But he's always, doesn't matter how much HP he has left, he is always a threat. So he like knows which way I'm coming from. Like you can't trick him. It's kind of lame. Yep. See, like you can't get close to him because he keeps spewing his garbage, and that's like a AOE catch-all. He's stuck behind the tree. You can't get right in front of him because then he throws up right in front of him. And that stuff lingers for quite a while. Now he projectile vomits. Okay, if I would stop missing, that would be wonderful. Ooh, he almost grabbed me there. I want max health, because if I get grabbed, I don't want to die. There we go. All right, so your reward is a Smithing Stone 8, which you could have picked up and bailed anyways if you don't want to fight that guy. And then the main thing down here is the Glovewort Picker, Bell Bearing 3. So really, you could just run and grab this loot and then bail. That's actually the smart thing to do, in my opinion, because good riddance. All right, so here's where we unlock this side of grace by running through this hallway here. We got here just a bit ago. So down here, we have a Somberstone Miner's Bell Bearing. The way forward is dropping down here. And then down here. There's going to be some enemies down here, so watch out. There's a lot of the skeletons that will resurrect. Try to lure them over one by one if you can. Don't get them all on you at once, because you'll have a bad time. Yep, then you got that guy with arrows. There's an item up here too, so. Yeah, there's a bunch of these guys on this platform. Another one with a crossbow. Whoop, missed. Just to check, I want to make sure there's nothing around here. I don't think there is, but just gonna double check here. Yeah, there's nothing around here. Except another guy that wants to fight. So jump back over here. See, there's an item hanging out on this platform. It is dangerous, but not unreasonable. Somber 7. Sprint. Jump back over here. And I think we got everything on this platform. So this platform is a bit dangerous. A lot of those skeletons, a couple of them are archers. So where we want to go next is drop down here. Speaking of archers. Careful not to fall. So there's a giant hole right there. We could drop down that to get to a spot with some items. There's actually another way we're going to get to the same spot after we get that side of grace over there. These guys are tough. They hit hard with their axes and they blow fire at you. And don't fall down, don't fall down, thank you. So these guys that blow the fire are like slightly tougher versions of the skeletons we've been fighting. But their weapons do a lot of damage. I don't even know who's shooting me right now. Oh, that guy up there. Okay, got some gravel stones. And so instead of dropping down this hole, we're actually going to go over to the site of grace. And that's going to be another way for us to get down to that spot where there's another item down there. Okay, so unlock this site of grace. Do not rest at it unless you just really need to, unless you are desperately low on flasks. Because then you'll reset all the enemies where we just were. And what we're about to do is going to loop us around back to here. So, see that staircase down there? Run, jump on the staircase. There's going to be a bunch of items down here and more enemies. So it's another fire breather. All right, golden rune 12. Run through here. Surprise! Before we turn this way, we're actually going to run to the very end. And there's going to be an item for us. That's a dead end, so just turn back around. We got this guy taking in the view. You see that's a good view of the Ur tree, which is on fire right now. Okay, so that's it for here. What we want to do now is jump down onto this thing. Make sure you're sprinting while you make that last jump. And we can climb up the ladder. So finally, that guy that was trying to snipe us, we can finally take him out. I think he's up here. There he is. For all the trouble you caused me. All right, so watch out for this. You see there's an item over there. They're just begging you to go take it, but look above you. You can take these things out one at a time instead of 3 of them at once after you pick up an item and think you're home free. One at a time, these things ain't bad at all. 3 at a time. I'll show you what happens if you were to ignore those. Pick this up. Great grave glovewort. You'd run back. And surprise, you'd have 3 of them on you at once. So. Okay. So now where we're going to go, we'll pick up this loot. That is a random drop. We're going to drop back down here. And this takes us back to the beginning where we started. So here's the platform with the hole. You can get to that section below where we just were by dropping down that hole, but I figured it's probably most beneficial to pick up that site of grace first. And there is an item around there, right? Did I see that right? Is that a shiny? Yes. So we're going to pick up that shiny real quick before we do what we're about to do next. Because there is a secret that is really easy to miss. Oh, I can't pick that up from here. I gotta go to the next spot to get it. So we're gonna get that in just a minute. All right, so jump down. Same drop you did before to get on these stairs. Now turn around, and there is another drop. So this is very easy to miss. And the only way I know of accessing this area is by dropping down from those stairs. Now down here, and in the next section, once we get back on the main path, there are a lot of bandaged knights, and they are tough. However, there is a strategy for fighting them. So if you can get a backstab, I suggest getting a backstab. If you can't get a backstab, which we might be able to get a backstab on this one. Yes, we can get a backstab on this one. So for ones you can get a backstab on, do the backstab, lock on, and as they're standing up, do a charged heavy, and then an R1. You should take them out. So really easy if you can get a backstab. Now, if you cannot get a backstab, what I suggest is especially the ones with the shield that have shields, because if you do this against one that has a shield, then it's not going to be as effective. What you do, if you have a little bit of distance between you and them, they'll start charging at you, running really fast. Now, if you have the Blasphemous Blade equipped like I do, I suggest using the special, the Taker's Flame, and you will knock them out. You will knock them straight back, and they'll fall down. And then that'll allow you to charge in and then do what we just did. So this one's not facing me. We're gonna fight some more of them. So I'll do the backstab on this one while we can. And this is one of the ones with the shield. The ones with the shield are more difficult. So you notice there's another one. Once we start attacking this one, there's going to be another one that comes in from here. So you got to make quick work of this one. So crouch and then do a sprint while you're crouching. And then do a quick backstab kill on this one. And make sure it is quick, because that one there is going to see us come charging in here. And you don't want two of these guys on you at the same time. You just don't. So here he comes. I'm going to demonstrate the Taker's Flame method. So wait for him to sprint. Do Taker's Flame. Watch this. It knocks him straight back. And then you can run, charged heavy, and then finish him off with R1s. Let's see. Got the Azula Beastman Ashes. We've been fighting a lot of Azula Beastmen in this area so far. And right over here, we got a Somber 9. We've gotten a few Somber 9s in this place. Still don't have a Somber 10, but we'll get there eventually. Okay, so what we want to do now is we can hop down right here. And this is a one-way street. But up here is going to be a Site of Grace. And up there is the boss. So this is one way of getting to the boss room, one way of many. We're not going to fight the boss just yet, but what you would notice is after you beat the boss, you'd be able to come down these stairs. If you were not to have done this first, after you beat the boss, you would have been able to come down these stairs, get this Site of Grace, and then you'd run here, and you'd notice that you wouldn't be able to get up there. And you'd be wondering, how the heck do I get all those items? Well, I just showed you, and saved you a lot of pondering and puzzling over how to get those items that we just got. So we're going to fight this boss in just a little bit. We're not going to do it quite yet. For starters, we're just going to warp right back here to the Dragon Temple, and we're going to take on just kind of the main area that we kind of ignored when we were doing those side paths down there. So there's going to be more Bandish Knights that we have to fight up here. And some of them we're going to be able to backstab. Some of them we're going to have to do kind of the Taker's Flame method, I call it. So this guy's going to see us. Wait for him to charge at you. Taker's Flame. And if he hits you, Taker's Flame actually has poise. So if it's at the end of the charge up of Taker's Flame, even if you take a hit, you should still get it off. And if not, then just run away, get some distance, and wait for him to charge at you again, and then start over and try to do Taker's Flame again. Let's see here. So there's going to be more of them. And again, I mean, that's just for those of you who are following my build to a T. Even if you're not, you can use Bloodhounds on these guys. And you can use the Bloodhound's Fang on these guys, and you'll do just fine. However, the thing I like about Taker's Flame on these guys is the fact that you get that extra little bit of range. And that extra bit of range helps. Because Taker's Flame obviously is a long-range attack. So right through here, this is actually an aerial view of the boss room. We're not going to do that quite yet, as I said, but we will beat the boss in this episode. Circle around here. There's another one. Wait for him to charge at you. Charge heavy. This is the easy way to kill these things, because if you're trying some other way, you might be having a bit more trouble. I remember my first playthrough, these things would just wreck me. It took me a long time to get a successful run where I'd kill all of these in one go, because I'd always have trouble with one of them. So this one you can backstab. So backstab, lock on, charged heavy, R1. He might fall off the edge there. Yep. Got a Stone Sword key. Should be another Banished Knight up here. And this one we might be able to backstab. We'll see. Nope. So I'm going to run back. He's probably going to catch up to me, though. He's going to do his wind attack on me. So I'm going to run back here. See if he chases after me, which he is. to his own demise. Taker's Flame, really solid skill. I should have leveled up last time I was at a Site of Grace, but oh well. Okay, get this item. And then there's some more stuff down there. You can actually drop down there, but we are not going to drop down. We're going to take the pathway down there. I need to chug a blue flask here. So we killed everything down this hallway. Now we're going to take the other path that's going to take us down. Kind of next to where the boss room is. But we're going to do the boss room last. Yeah, so take these stairs down. So directly ahead is the boss room. But we're going to do the boss, as I said, we're going to do that last. There's going to be another guy in here that you can backstab. There's another one over here. Let me see if I can knock him over. Nope, that doesn't knock him over, but still get the stagger. Okay, I don't think I missed anything back in here, but I'm just double checking. Okay, I think we're good. All right. Up on these stairs is something, though. And maybe on the bottom of the stairs? No. So if we hadn't done that lower area first, we'd be staring at a shiny right there, wondering how to get there. So we've already picked all that up, fortunately. All right, gold room 12. There's the boss room yet again. So now it is time for us to do the boss. But quick primer, I'm actually going to switch back to Bloodhound's Fang for this one. As I said, I'm still going to fight the bosses with Bloodhound's Fang, just because it is my main weapon and I feel the most comfortable with it. So this, we fought Godskin Nobles, we fought Godskin Apostles, we fought a Godskin Apostle followed directly by a Godskin Noble. Here is one of the most infamous fights of the game. We fight a Godskin Noble and Godskin Apostle at the exact same time. We're good on healing. So what I'm going to do is there's a trick to this fight, and it involves sleep pots. So I'm going to take this off. I'm going to put my normal jump attack talisman back on. I'm going to take these off. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to craft sleep pots. And I'm not going to abuse it in this fight because perhaps they'll nerf it. Perhaps they'll make the bosses less resistant to sleep in the future. So I don't want to abuse it. But I would be remiss if I didn't at least show you guys that this works. At least for now. So I'm going to craft... I can only do 5 of them. That's fine. That should be more than enough. Let's see here. So these do require... oh, it's because I have a bunch of crack pots that are dedicated to flame pots, I bet. I was wondering why I could only craft 5 of them. But let me look at my inventories because I have 15 of these crafted. I can craft a total of 20 that require the crack pots. But since I have 15 of these fire pots, I only have 5 remaining to do the sleep pots, which is fine. So I'm going to equip these sleep pots, and if you do not have the ability to craft the sleep pots, here's where you get the recipe. For those of you who have not followed this entire walkthrough, the recipe for the sleep pots is if you look up here, kind of northern Limgrave, you have the Summon Water Village. Down directly south of Summon Water Village, you see there's a grave site right here. And this grave site, not only does it have the runes, but it also has the cookbook that will allow you to craft the sleep pots. So if you cannot craft sleep pots, just warp down here real quick, grab that cookbook, and you'll be able to do it. And I'm going to show you how they work. I'm not going to abuse it, but I want to show you because it is extremely helpful. So I'm going to run in here, trigger the boss, summon my Mimic. We should spawn, yeah, like right here in front of you. There we go. Mimic. He's trying to beam me with his black flame. And I'm going to show you just how well these things work. So throw one of these. And there he's down. So you can actually sleep both of them at the same time and then go to town on one of them while he's asleep. And then while the other one is still asleep. And the Mimic, you see, the Mimic is just abusing that other one. So the thing about this fight is even if you kill both of them at the same time, the fight's not over. They're going to keep respawning until the life bar is all the way down. So you see Mimic just killed the other one, and you see the fat one still alive. And the Mimic just killed the fat one too. But there's still health bar here, so they're going to keep spawning until you completely deplete the health bar. So that when they're respawning, I'm not going to be using the sleep pots. I just wanted to show you that it does work, and I don't want to just. The mimic is throwing the sleep pots. I forgot he's going to have my items with him. Fortunately, that did not put him to sleep though, because I don't want to cheese this fight, but I do want to show you the fact that you can use them to your advantage, and it will work, and makes this fight way easier. So we get the Smithing Stone Miner's Bell Bearing 4, Ash of War Black Flame Tornado. That's funny that the Mimic was throwing the sleep pots. That's actually hilarious, because as I said before, anything you have on yourself, the Mimic will also have, and he was chunking those sleep pots. That was amazing. Okay, so we get a Grace Site, and as I mentioned before, connected to this room, you can go down this way, and this is that Grace we unlocked earlier. I mentioned that if you go that way, it's a one-way street, and that takes you to the lower portion where there was some loot, but you can't access the lower portion from this way. You can only access the lower portion from the way that I showed you earlier. We're going to make a quick detour to the Roundtable Hold, because I think we can get one of our weapons up to plus 25 now, because we picked up a bunch of Smithing Stone 8s, and those are what was holding us back before. Also going to level up and throw a point into Endurance, point into Mind. And let's go back to Roundtable Hold real quick, because we got a bunch of stuff we got to drop off. So we got some bell bearings we got to drop off. I'm going to see what we can do about upgrading. I want to see if Gideon gives us anything else, because we've been to Farum Azula.
The Roundtable Hold served, and if the Erd Tree need in the round.
Okay, so he doesn't give us anything else. That's fine. So bell bearings, we've got quite a few. Smithing Miners 4, Somber Miners 4, and Glovewort 3. So now for purchase, we can purchase Smithing Stones 1 through 8. We can buy Smithing Stone 8s now, and we can also buy Somber 8s now, and we can buy Grave Glovewort up to 9, and we can buy Ghost Glovewort up to 6. So those bell bearings really come in handy, especially if you're trying to upgrade a bunch of weapons. So if we can't get a weapon to plus 25, I'm just gonna go back and I'm gonna buy the Smithing Stone 8s for us to get there. So I'm gonna at least take my Uji Katana to plus 25.
Here's one. My masterpiece to slay a god. That's all I've lived for. And my promise to Queen America. But do me a favor and do look after the girl.
So one thing you'll notice is that Rodrika is not at her normal spot. Don't worry, she's still around here. We can still upgrade our summons if you need to. I'll show you that in just a second after we strengthen our armaments here. Let's see. I'm going to go for Uji first and then for the hammer. So Uji, yes, I can upgrade it to plus 24. And we have a Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone. We have 4 of them. So I'm going to take this to plus 25. And this pops our God Slaying Armament Trophy, which that is the trophy for upgrading at least one weapon to its maximum potential. So we did upgrade the Uji Katana to plus 25. We got our hammer down here that we use every once in a while as well, which is at plus 21. I would need 12 Smithing Stone 8s to take that to plus 25. Let's go ahead and do it. Why not? I'm not even sure if we're going to use the hammer again in this playthrough, but just in case we do, it might as well be at max if we can get it at max. So we can, as I showed you, we can buy the Smithing Stone 8s now. So we need 12 of them total. We have 2, so I need to buy 10. And these things are expensive. 3,600 a pop. I think I got the right amount. So again, that is if you want all the trophies, you're gonna have to take at least one weapon up to its max. Now it can be either a normal weapon up to plus 25 will get you that trophy. Also, if you take a special weapon up to plus 10, you'll get that same trophy as well. You just need to do it for one weapon to get the trophy. So let's take our hammer up, just in case we use it again. There we go. Got our hammer to plus 25 as well. So now we have 2 maxed out weapons. Once we get a somber ancient dragon smithing stone, we're going to take our bloodhound's fang up to plus 10. And as I said, Rodrika, she just moves from her normal spot, and she's just here back at the fireplace. If you need to level up your stuff, you can talk to her here, and you'll be good. So that being said, let us warp back to Crumbling Farum Azula. I'm actually going to call this episode right here, but we've unlocked a lot of this area already. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to knock out this episode or this area in the next episode or not. We'll see. There is a secret boss in this area too, so I'm probably going to get us to the secret boss in the next episode, and then in a third episode, I'll get us to the main story boss at the end. The secret boss in here does give us a trophy, so we will definitely be killing that. And there's actually a lot for us to do still in this area, quite a bit. So it's going to be probably 2 more episodes of content in this particular area. So yeah, guys, I'm going to call this one right here. We're going to pick up right here where we fought the Godskin duo in the next episode. So thank you all so much for watching. Take care. And I will catch y'all in the next one.